I moved apartments at the beginning of May, so I was living alone, and that was very isolating and frustrating for me during the pandemic. So I was saved from my boredom and isolation by the Community Care Kit project, where we bagged up sanitizer and masks and distributed them to communities that needed them in Columbus. And so I threw myself into that full time, which was a huge relief to me. And I got to meet amazing people like Kim Knight, Dr. Gray, and Dr. Joseph, and folks from the African American Wellness Initiative, who were all incredible and who are all now my heroes. And I got to meet some of my new classmates, and I am incredibly grateful to them for taking my direction. And we were able to put together over 9,000 community care kits, which is really awesome, so thank you guys. But then after that, I was back in my apartment alone again, and that didn't feel very good. So I drove up to Detroit, where a friend of mine is distributing food to families with no food because of COVID. And so that was incredible because, you know, it's a group of friends who decided to work toward a common goal, and they're distributing over 400 boxes of food a week, which is like 4 times more than the city of Detroit is doing. So it was really incredible to see that and to get to be a part of it. And after that, I was back in my apartment again. And that is the time that, you know, this is about the time that George Floyd was murdered by the police. And it's really hard to describe what is happening right now in a way that does it justice. And for me, it's very hard to know what words to pick to get through to people through their indifference. And so all I can do is tell you what I've been experiencing the past 3 or 4 weeks, and hope that hope that works. So on Friday, maybe about 4 weeks ago at this point, I went to the protests in Columbus, and I watched police throw tear gas at people, use their bikes to corner people and pepper spray them in the face, flashbangs, sirens, helicopters using floodlights to induce chaos. My friend was trying to help someone wash pepper spray out of their eyes, and the police used a bicycle to shove her against the wall and pepper spray her in the face for trying to provide medical aid. And these things are all horrifying. And they are suffering no repercussions for their actions. And so after I saw Friday, obviously I wanted to act as a medic to try to keep people safer. So I went back on Saturday, and I watched the police do exactly the same thing for hours with no repercussions. And on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every day of the week, they keep doing it, and it's happening now. They arrested at least 9 people yesterday. So this is still very real, even though it feels like it might be over for some people. It's still ongoing. You know, acting as a medic, I had a flashbang thrown at me. It went off maybe 4 feet away from me. I got hit by this wooden bullet that was shot from 20 feet away directly at me, which is outside of the directions for use for those types of weapons. You know, I watched pregnant women get tear gassed, and tear gas is an abortifacient. Children are getting pepper sprayed, you know, like a mile away from where I'm sitting right now. And so the indifference is really what kills me. It kills me to go and do that during the day and at night, and then to sit in on a Zoom lecture where there's no acknowledgement of what's going on, or to go to a skills session where it just seems like an entirely different world. And I understand that for some students that's the only way that they can cope, but there are other students who just, you know, it's just really not affecting them at all. And I would ask that you recognize that that's not the case for everyone right now. I'm very thankful to Black Lives Matter, the organization, for the instrumental work they've done over the past 6 years to get us where we are today. And I would ask that if you are just now learning to say Black Lives Matter, that you learn to say defund the police, which is the national goal of Black Lives Matter. And I'm so grateful for everyone who struggles for liberation, and I hope that everyone will join the struggle for Black liberation, because we're not free until every last one of us is free.